Damn, that car is huge.
Yeah, it has a lift kit, I think.
Well, that could be an issue. Oh, we're supposed to get in there.
Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today we're having a look at the brand new Ford Ranger Raptor, which is from our friends at Delta 4x4. So Dani, what are we going to do with the car today?
We are going to measure the car on our dyno, so in stock and with the developed tune for it. And of course we're going to do some acceleration runs, but not like the usual 100 to 200 runs, because obvious reasons.
It might take a while.
Exactly, so we have to figure out which runs and which speed makes sense, but that is actually the plan.
Yeah, so I would say let's jump right in and see how the car performs. The new Ford Ranger Raptor is everything but a normal car for German streets in stock conditions already, but this one's really a sight to behold. This is thanks to the fact that our friends from Delta 4x4 installed a bunch of modifications to it, including a lifted suspension kit, full off-road tires as well as their own wheels, similar to those on our Mercedes G500. To make sure that the Raptor's performance matches the brutal looks, we offered to help our friends out by developing a performance boost. The 2.0 inline-4 turbodiesel engine offers 213 horsepower and 500 Nm in stock, so it's not what you'd call underpower. However, considering its weight and comparing it with the performance of, for example, the F-150 Raptor, it also doesn't hurt to make it a bit faster. So let's head to the dyno right away to check out the development process.
So usually that would be the part where we show you guys the results on our dyno, but for any reason it was not possible to measure the car. Might be due to the tires or the transmission. That's why we had to move over to our mobile dyno system, which is called Enzoric. It works really well and gives definitely accurate results. You have to enter the weight of the car, so we actually put that car on the scale. You have to enter the transmission ratio and everything, so it's really accurate. So we measured it with 231 horsepower in stock and 573 Nm of torque, which is a little bit over the claimed figures, but still in an okay tolerance. And with the tune, we measured the car with 256 horsepower and 656 Nm of torque. So it's a really awesome gain, especially in torque. So that is what you actually need for a car like that. You're not looking for high horsepower figures, you're looking for really good torque numbers. We're gonna show you the results somewhere in the screen, so you can actually compare tuned versus stock and actually see where the main torque difference comes. And I would say let's test it on the street.
Alright guys, coming from the dyno with the RaceChip tune installed, now we're gonna see how it actually behaves on the road. Disclaimer, we're going to see how the RaceChip and the engine behaves on the road. In terms of driving, maybe doing this first. As you might think, seeing the tires and seeing the car in general, it's not really built for the road. It's an off-road vehicle and it's probably very good off-road. On the road you can say that it's still really drivable. You don't feel any huge disadvantages. I mean, of course, you notice that the tires aren't exactly semi-slicks, but it's drivable, it's comfortable. You have a good driving position because you can basically see over every other car, including some smaller trucks. So can't complain about that. But of course, it's not going to beat any hot hatch or whatever in corners. You're carrying the car around corners because it wasn't built for that. You agree?
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. And also during the development phase, our target was to get a little bit more torque in lower and mid RPM sections.
Yeah.
So you actually feel the difference in the acceleration or during the acceleration. And we were not chasing crazy horsepower figures. We just
because you need torque in this.
Exactly, you need torque, and that was the main target of the development, to get more torque, and I think we managed that quite well.
Definitely, you can definitely feel it because, as you basically mentioned, like a 2-liter diesel in this car isn't exactly what you would call overpowered.
Right.
So it can really use a little bit more torque. And you feel it, it just accelerates way more powerful, and it just feels stronger and closer to what you would get with a bigger engine. Yeah, but as always, I think we have to prove that it's actually faster. So as some of you guys might know, we're doing acceleration runs and compare stock to tune. However, we have a slight problem, meaning that we can't really compare acceleration runs from 100 to 200, because if the car will reach 200 at all, it probably takes a whole working day. So what we're gonna do is 0 to 100 or 0 to 120. We have to see about that, which works better. Just to show you guys if the car is actually faster, and if it's faster, how much faster it is. So let's go. Alright guys, so we were 0.8 seconds faster than stock, which from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is a pretty good result in my opinion. But let's be honest here, it's a pickup, and for pickups it's all about hauling stuff. So Dani, what are we gonna do now?
Well, as you might saw in the background already, we have around 440 kgs of sandbags here with us. So we are going to load now 220 kgs in the pickup to see if we are still faster than stock.
Let's go.
So 220 kgs are not enough, we are still faster than stock.
So there are another 220 kilos for us to get in there. Let's go. Well, that's something different than our usual acceleration measurements on the Autobahn, that's for sure. With the RaceChip performance boost, the Ranger manages to run a 10.56 from 0 to 100, which makes it about 0.7 seconds faster than stock, which is pretty good. What's more impressive is that you can actually load almost half a ton of weight on the bed of the Ranger, and it's still basically as fast as the stock one without any load. So there's really no more excuse to not use your pickup for hauling stuff at this point. I think the Ranger Raptor is a really fun car, and if you're interested in a pickup, it's a decent choice. Yes, the 2-liter diesel isn't as fast or noisy as some of the V6 and V8 options in bigger pickups, but it's still decently quick, and it doesn't need as much fuel as in container ship, which is nice. Especially with the RaceChip installed, there's really enough performance in every situation, no matter if on the road or in the mud. That's it for this week's episode. Tell us in the comments what you think of the Ranger Raptor, and if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to our channel to never miss a future release. See you in a few weeks.